I think most people, if you ask them, would be open to Warzone getting a new map at some point. Rebirth Island was a nice little addition at the beginning of the Cold War integration into the game, but it's not in the same league as Verdansk. The scale is completely different, the type of combat is completely different, the pacing is completely different. It is very different, and some people like it, and some people don't like it. Now, it's been rumoured for some time that a new map will be coming to Warzone in the future. We thought initially that the storyline built into Modern Warfare was going to lead to this big in-game event, something massive was going to happen, a nuke was going to go off, Verdansk would be destroyed, and we'd be introduced to a new map. But none of that ever happened. The storyline somewhat petered out recently towards the end of Modern Warfare. It ended very quietly, actually, with a cutscene that you could only gain access to if you collected various intel pieces across the map. The whole idea of a new Warzone map, as we now know, was never set to become a reality until Black Ops Cold War became the main Call of Duty game for the year, transporting Warzone from the modern day setting back in time a little bit, back to the Cold War. The rumours now point to a new, huge Warzone map being put together out of the elements of Black Ops Cold War, but built in the Modern Warfare engine. This whole process started with the integration of Black Ops Cold War weapons into Warzone back in December. That was pretty much the first step of what we're seeing. So yes, things haven't quite gone so well so far. Right now we've got 3 extremely overpowered guns still wreaking havoc. We've got a MAC-10 blueprint from the Battle Pass that does more damage than the base weapon and has less recoil and has less spread, which is not a good look. Most of the Cold War gun attachments, they don't work properly, or they don't do what they say they're supposed to do, and we're just having to guess how to build weapons for Warzone right now. So yeah, it's a bit messy. But we also got the combination of Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Black Ops Cold War progression. That's another element of this integration, and that's going to enable the development teams to push forward with another year's worth of content for Warzone and for Black Ops Cold War at the same time. And then the next big piece is the new Warzone map. And as more time goes on, more details are starting to seep out about what kind of map we're going to be experiencing within Warzone around March 2021, the 1-year anniversary of Warzone's release. Now, up until about the last 24 hours or so, we knew a little bit about what this map was going to be like, and the biggest rumour was that the new Warzone map would be made up of various Black Ops Cold War maps, and specifically the Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps. So this would then mirror the Verdansk map currently in Warzone being made up of various ground war maps from Modern Warfare. So that same tactic appears to be in the minds of Treyarch and Raven as it was for Infinity Ward back in 2019 when they were preparing to launch Warzone. Right now, that means that both the Ruka and Alpine maps are set to become part of this new Warzone map. That gives us a dense forest location, a sort of classic inclusion for a Battle Royale map, and a snow-covered ski resort. That's not something that you really see all that much. Those are 2 completely different looking biomes, and they would certainly give this brand new Warzone map some visual variety, which is something that I do have to say that Verdansk really does lack. Sure, the northern part of the map does have some snowy parts and there's more varied verticality to it, but by and large, Verdansk does have a very uniform look and feel to it. Depending on where you are on the map, it will look slightly different, but overall, there seems to be one sort of direction for how that map is supposed to look. Now, with this new map, we're going to be adding to Ruka and Alpine locations. There's a brand new Fireteam Dirty Bomb map launching very soon into Black Ops Cold War as part of the mid-Season 1 update, and the map is called Sanatorium. Now this, once again, just like Ruka and Alpine, is set in the Ural Mountains, and that's the rumoured general location for this new Warzone map, so its location marries up with the other 2, giving the idea of a Warzone map comprised of these places even more weight. It seems to be coming together here. Sanatorium is described as an experimental health retreat deep within the Ural Mountains, surrounded by woodlands, hills, lakes, and even some docks. And all of those things give us a better idea of how the Sanatorium location is going to fit into the Warzone map. It's likely that Sanatorium is going to give Warzone the lake location, And then the other Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps will sort of be fitted around that lake, linking things together. Now in Cold War, there are boats and jet skis that you can use on the Armada map, and it's been confirmed that the tactical raft vehicle will be available for players to use on the Sanatorium map as part of Fireteam Dirty Bomb's game mode. Makes sense. Big open area, you need vehicles to get players across without them being shot instantly. And then, taking it a step further, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that the new Warzone map featuring this Sanatorium Lake would also feature jet skis and boats and a means of transport across that area of the map. Now, whether those vehicles will have the same mounted weapons on them like they do in Black Ops Cold War, that remains to be seen. We did see at the beginning of Rebirth Island, at the beginning of Season 1, that Raven added these mounted machine gun helis into the game. Those were quickly disabled because people realized they could be exploited. They haven't come back yet, but that was one of the first proper vehicles added to Warzone that had weapons on the side of it. We hadn't really seen that before, so there is precedent that those kind of boats could be added with the big machine guns on the side. I think there's an opportunity, definitely here, for new water-based combat vehicles to arrive in Warzone at some point in the future. Whatever the new Warzone map is set to look like and whatever larger maps will be used to build it, it is rumoured that the map is set to be an 8x8 size, which is a little bit larger than the 6x7 playable map size of Verdansk. Now, the 8x8 could simply represent the entire map, and then a smaller section of that map will be set as the play zone. A bit like on Verdansk, there is land out beyond the out-of-bounds sections, but if the new Warzone map is going to be a little bit bigger, there would need to be plenty of attractive drop locations and points of interest to keep players well spread across it. And it looks as if, again, all rumours, things are heading that way. According to Modern Warzone, there is a high likelihood that the Black Ops 1 map called Zoo will be part of this Warzone map as well. A zoo location has been rumoured as one of the many points of interest coming to the new Warzone map, and now, thanks to Modern Warzone and some early images that they have seen, it could well be that a remaster of that classic map from Black Ops 1 could sit somewhere near the centre of the map. Now, Zoo was actually one of my favourite Black Ops maps. Black Ops was one of the first COD games that I put proper multiplayer time into. And even though it's been over 10 years since that game launched, I would absolutely love to see the Zoo map become part of Warzone in the future. Obviously, a new Warzone map is very exciting. People love new locations to fight in. There's always excitement for new maps coming to games in the multiplayer section of them, but what's going to happen to Verdansk once this new map arrives? Is it going to exist alongside the new Warzone map and Rebirth Island? Because Rebirth Island seems to have been set up as a permanent map addition to Warzone. It's not replacing Verdansk at all. And I think that's because it offers a very different experience. But the high likelihood is that this new Warzone map that's going to be made from Black Ops Cold War elements, that's going to seek to offer the same pacing and action that Verdansk gives you. So, would there be any need for Verdansk anymore? Well, if you want my opinion, I think Verdansk should actually stay as part of Warzone and be on offer as one of 3 different maps you could play. Verdansk has barely changed over the last 9 months since it was introduced into Modern Warfare, but I can confidently say that I'm not bored of this map whatsoever. I'm still having awesome gunfights in loads of different locations. There's crazy moments. I'd be really disappointed if it did disappear. So there's plenty to look forward to for Warzone over the coming months. We've still got the rest of Season 1, which hopefully will come with a big patch soon to fix all of those weapon issues that have cropped up since the integration. And then we've likely got Season 2 to go before a big change in March where we see this new Warzone map, a bunch of new elements for Warzone, and probably even more as well. And whilst it sounds like March is a long way away, trust me, it really isn't. I'm in lockdown in the UK right now, have been for the last couple of weeks, and I know the time is already passing really, really quickly. I'm having a lot of fun playing Warzone with my friends. And like most of 2020, I think the distance between now and March is going to fly by. It'll go by quicker than you expect. But thanks very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more loadout videos. I've got a really nice showcase of the AUG again, which I think could become a really good weapon once the DMR is nerfed, so be on the lookout for that one. But thanks very much for watching. and I'll catch you all in the next one.